If you're missing a pet on the other side, this found you for a reason. We're going to give you some signs that your pet has been visiting you from the other side. And I hope that it brings you some comfort. My name is Mary. Welcome to Paco's Light. This channel and every video in it is dedicated to my sweet boy Paco, who crossed the Rainbow Bridge 2 weeks ago yesterday. Yes, he made his transformation. He made his transformation. Dragonflies are going to be a sign for some of you here. Dragonflies appearing, maybe hovering around you. Maybe you'll see a whole group of dragonflies. Butterflies are going to be another sign for you that your pet on the other side is visiting you now, trying to communicate with you. And ironically, we have the communication card coming out right after that. There could be also some of you, maybe tigers will be a sign for you in some way, shape, or form. You like tigers. You have a cat named Tiger. You have a cat named Tiger on the other side. This kind of like sort of feeling of your inner child being stirred up, you know, like your inner child kind of getting excited again out of nowhere, and then you kind of feel it pass. That is another sign that your pet on the other side is visiting you. They kind of have this way of raising our vibration right in the moment. And so I feel kind of like with this child here, maybe some of you here had the pet that you're, grieving over since you were, a child, since you were under 18. And now, the biggest part of your life is gone and you are crushed. You don't know what to do. They are trying to communicate with you with, using signs through nature, okay? Clouds, shapes that are interesting. Those are another sign that pets on the other side are visiting you. They have now become your little angel, a four-legged angel, and they try to do their best to send you signs. If you ask, and it's doable, many times you will receive that fairly quickly. Yes, I feel like I'm getting this message that a lot of you need to surrender and just kind of like go with like leaves on water. You're kind of like needing to go with the flow and surrender. So you're not like actively like, where's a sign? Where's a sign? I'm looking for it. I haven't seen it. I'm looking here. I'm looking there. I'm not seeing one. Surrender and it will appear. You know how sometimes when you're out in nature, a deer can sometimes, if you've ever encountered this, you can be in the woods and a deer can be standing feet away from you and you do not even realize it. They're so graceful, they're so peaceful, they're so quiet, and they're so camouflaged that you don't know, and all of a sudden you realize they're there. And I feel like the pet on the other side is saying, I am like a deer in the woods. You might not know that I'm there watching you, but I always am. And also, if you're seeing deer or colored leaves or a bunny, I feel like these are more signs that your pet has been visiting you. I also feel like somebody or more than one person may have heard something on the radio that is, a big sign for them. Something came on a radio when you were in the grips of grief that, soothed you, that you could feel was them. And they're saying, yes, that was me. And I want you to know it was me. Yeah, see, we have a lot of indications here that, this need to kind of go with the flow, to flow like water. So you're not sort of like, being frustrated by the fact you're not seeing signs, because they are there. And the sound of water could be a sign for some people. Water in general could be a sign for some people as well. And I feel also like a playfulness that's kind of like sparked out of nowhere between other animals in your house. Let's say you were a multiple pet household and all of a sudden two cats or two other dogs just start breaking out into play, and they feel so happy all of a sudden out of nowhere. I feel like your pet on the other side is saying, I initiated that. I brought that to light. I wanted them to feel playful, to make you smile, to make you laugh, so that you could feel good again. because I know how bad you've been hurting. Rainbows are going to be another sign that your pet is visiting you. You know, we all know that one. The day that my Paco had to be euthanized, I had asked for a rainbow earlier in the day for when he passed, and would you believe that the moment he got the second injection, we were outside in the yard because I had it done at home, and a rainbow appeared, and it stayed until we carried him back in the house after the second shot. The vet was just blown away. She sent me an email afterwards saying she's never going to forget that rainbow. So they really do. There are signs that appear. And why? Because miracles are real. They really are. And I feel like some of you are going to know that your pet is visiting too, because you're going to be sent a miracle, you know? Maybe you prayed for a miracle to save them and it just was their time, so it couldn't happen that right then and there. But that miracle that you prayed for is still going to happen in another area of your life, and your pet on the other side is going to see to it. I feel like some people here might have went boating with their dog, or, you know, sailboating or regular boat. I feel like you did some boating, or you were on the water a lot with your dog. And I feel like you're going to have some kind of a sign in regards to boats or water, you know, canoe, jet ski, something like that is going to be a sign. I feel kind of like some of you are going to actually see some sort of a sailboat. Maybe the name of the boat is your pet's name and you see it go by, or you see it at a marina. You know, I feel like a lot of you, maybe not a lot, but some of you are going to have that happen. I'm getting something about a sandcastle. So sandcastles, I feel for somebody guided here, a sandcastle may be a sign. Maybe you walked a beach with your dog every day, and maybe they stopped to sniff sandcastles, you know, sometimes, or you admired a sandcastle, and they're making note, they're making mention to that day. Light is going to be another sign for you. Light, flickers of light, orbs in a picture. And I feel like people are going to try to tell you, oh, that's just the camera. That's just the camera. That's not them. That's just something that's dust in the room. Don't listen to that naysayers, okay? Because they don't understand. They don't get it. But light manipulation is going to be a big one for the people guided to this reading. There's going to be something that they do to lights, a flash, blinking light, something dims down, something brightens back up. Before Paco passed, I have this little mushroom light on my desk. It was a few days before, and I was talking to my dad on the other side. I picked up his ashes and I asked him if he could help me through this, what was to come, because it was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. And the mushroom just started flashing and blinking. It has little twinkle lights in it, and it just did that. And I said, Dad, if this is you, can you make it go really bright for a second? And I kid you not, I wish I had it on video. It went extremely bright and then back down to normal, and then it quit. And I know he was there. So light manipulation is going to be a big one. The pets in the household are going to do that. You might even be, I feel like some of you like to burn a fireplace, and you sat with your dog or cat near that fireplace a lot. And I feel like they're going to make it like snap and like give it a really loud snap or pop, like the next time you burn a fire, or one of the next times. It'll be very distinct. And I feel like maybe you might even see like something, a shape in the flames that catches your eye that's very, very unique. And that's them as well. So these are all signs for the people stopping by. You know, I'm already setting the intention that everyone who can benefit from this video be here, because I know firsthand how awful, absolutely awful this pain is, and it's just unbearable. So I want everybody to know that your pet on the other side brought you here for a reason. They want you to hear these signs because they're going to be sending them. Yeah, see, they say we're going to be fulfilling your request for signs. We're going to be giving you fulfillment. We're going to show you that you're not alone. Apples might be a sign. Maybe you had, you know, an apple tree and you guys used to walk underneath it, or you walked near or through an apple orchard on your walks. Maybe your dog liked bites of apples, you know. I know I used to have Paco when he was a little puppy. He used to like bites of apples. So that can be that too. Something about a giraffe. Did somebody's dog have a toy giraffe, a little stuffed giraffe or something? Or I feel like actually one of the puppies here is kind of like laughing in a way that a dog could, because I feel like maybe they chewed something of yours that was like had a giraffe on it or was a giraffe. So, and they're kind of like, oh no, like I did that. But they're like thinking that now that they're gone, you're going to have that memory and actually will make you smile, you know? Um, so maybe somebody here, their dog did not like fireworks. I feel like I'm kind of getting that message that they really didn't like it, but now they understand. They, you know, and I feel like now they're going to be with you in complete peace the next time a firework holiday rolls around. They don't have to fear that anymore, and that they want you to know that. And maybe you'll see an interesting firework like the shape of a heart or a star or something very unique that you really sticks with you. I feel like they're going to be sending you something like that. I'm getting something about a jelly roll, and I don't think it's the singer. Maybe somebody was a baker and they liked to bake jelly rolls or something like that. I feel like that's coming through, and maybe your pet sat in the kitchen with you on the floor next to your feet as you did some baking, you know, and they're mentioning that they're going to be around you, that you're probably going to be feeling something, and you think you feel them brush up against your leg while you're in the kitchen baking next time, and they say, that is me, please don't doubt that. We have the Phoenix coming out here with radiance, and I feel like this is a message that your pet on the other side will rise again. This pet will come back to you. Okay, this pet will be coming back to you. And it's interesting too, because my camera here never focuses in and out the way that this is doing. I don't know why that keeps happening. See that? Just like that. I'm not touching anything, and I don't know why it's doing that, because I have recorded a million videos with this same setup and it never does that. So that is an interesting thing. So I feel like maybe they're here trying to be like, look, we're going to make the camera go in and out as you move cards, you know, to get attention. Maybe some of you, you know, had lived in Phoenix or near Phoenix. Maybe you might see something with a Phoenix on it as well. This is letting you know that they're going to rise again, and they're going to reincarnate and be back with you in this lifetime, and you'll see it in the next dog's eyes. You will know. I feel like somebody here likes to listen to classical music, and I feel like something you like to listen to will play as a message from your special friend on the other side, your dog or cat on the other side. They will play something that you like. They will have it come on at the most perfect moment, and it will bring you comfort. It'll probably bring you tears, but it will be comfortable as well, because you will sense their presence. I feel like, oh yes, we have lotus with opening. So the lotus flower could be a sign for some of you. The color pink might also be a sign. Seeing something pink. I feel something with like blinds, like window blinds happening as well. I'm trying to decipher what that is, but like maybe it's like a light coming through the blinds, or you're sure you shut the blinds but now they appear open, like especially down at the bottom, or maybe your pet used to poke its head through and watch for you out the window when you were coming home. I really feel like they are kind of doing some manipulation with blinds. And sorry, I want to turn the light up a little bit to make it a little bit better. So something with your window blinds is going to be a sign from them as well. Them letting you know, hey, I'm here. I'm still doing this. I'm not gone. And I feel kind of like a lot of you are going to be getting dream visitations too. And if you find that you're asking your pet for signs, this happened to me the other night. I was asking Paco, please, I need some signs. I need more, you know, signs that you're around me. I miss you so much. And it wasn't happening. And then when I went to sleep, I woke up in the middle of the night for a few minutes, and I asked him, please come visit me in a dream then, because I'm in too much pain and maybe I'm not seeing the signs. And within minutes, I had the first dream I had about him since he passed. So they do hear you, you know, they do hear you asking for these things. And the dream was so real that I could touch him and kiss him, and I was petting him and I was so happy, and it just felt so fulfilling. Even though when you wake up, it's a little bit kind of like disappointing usually, but for me this time it wasn't, even because I was so grateful just to have that moment to experience his energy and feel his fur and everything again, because it was that real. So don't doubt dream visitations either, okay? Because they're going to be a big part of, you know, the visits that you get from your spirit, you know, your little spirit on the other side. I thought I would pull a couple of messages. I feel like some of you, maybe a candle will blow out or a candle will flicker when it's completely still and there's no air in the room. It will maybe like make a little like sparking sound or something like that. Nothing dangerous, but just you'll notice it. And I feel like some of you have been sitting and staring at their pictures and videos, and they're saying, we see you do that. We see you hurting, and we want you to know we're doing our best from the other side to try to soothe that. I do have, I have a very strong, I have a friend who has a dog that passed recently. His name was Charlie, and I have a very strong Charlie coming through right now. So if you're watching this, Deborah, I think Charlie's paying us a visit in this reading, because I feel a very beautiful, calming energy of, you know, a Charlie that's here for sure. And it could be, there could be more than one Charlie here. So if you know, if this is, you know, your dog, this could be more for more than one person is what I'm saying. I'm grateful for every moment we shared, and they know how grateful you are, and they want you to know that you are grateful too, that they are grateful too. They are grateful for you just as much as you were grateful for them. They had the best life with you, and they want you to know that they cannot thank you enough for providing that to them and being there for them and never giving up on them. And don't feel like you did if you had to help them cross, because they understand everything happens the way that it was supposed to. My love for you is boundless now and forever. Yes, it will not end. Love does not die. Just like energy can't be destroyed, love does not die. And that love is there. And every time you feel them or you have a memory of them, that love radiates, and they just feel the warmth themselves from the other side, and they come even closer to you. I feel like there's something about a storybook. I don't know if maybe a dog sat with you while you read to your child or you read to your grandchild. I feel like somebody read a storybook, and the dog or cat used to sit nearby as you did that, and they loved being there for that. And they're going to continue, they said, I'm going to continue to sit by you through the storybooks to come without me. I will always be there for every story. Our souls resonate together now and forever. Yes, there's a resonance between your souls. The energy is linked forever, and nothing can cut that cord. Nothing can and ever will cut that cord. That is permanent. Now you're always connected, and when you call out to this animal, when you cry, when you need them, they're going to be right there, just as they always have been. And they're just waiting for your time, you know, even though it's, you know, a ways away. They're waiting for the time for you to come. And I read something too when Paco passed, and it really hit me, and it said, time is different over here. As soon as I turn around to look for you, you're already there. So please don't worry that they're missing you and they're alone, because not only are they surrounded with loved ones, you know, your loved ones on the other side, greet them, the other animals, they don't experience time the same way. So by the time they turn around to look for you, you're coming too, and it doesn't feel like anything passed. So remember that. Time, look at that. In fact, look what's here as I'm talking about that. I mean, isn't that amazing? Time is a fleeting moment, but love and spirit live on forever. And they absolutely do. It's so true. I love this deck. It's such a special deck. I just got it and just felt instantly connected to it. And I feel like some of you are going to see like a dove or a white bird, a white or a light gray dove or a white pigeon. That's going to be a sign from your pet as well. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. They're trying to encourage you. I feel like they're trying to send you, some people here, messages of encouragement, because you maybe don't think you can make it, and you can and you will, and they know that they have faith in you. They've seen the difficult things you've gotten through in this life while they were at your side and you were going through it, and they know that you have the strength to get through this too. And time is really just the blink of an eye. Even though when we're in it and we're hurting, it feels like an eternity until we're going to see them again. It can feel like an eternity since we last saw them. You know, even if it was just days ago, that's how it has felt for me, and that has been awful, you know. But I love looking at his pictures and videos, and I feel like it, you know, it makes me feel like he's right there again. But none of it is easy. It isn't, I know. And if people have been misunderstanding your pain too, and they're not being supportive, you know, please, you know, I have a video that you can visit on this channel about that. It says they don't understand, but your pet does. So look for that title and check that out for some reassurance and some comfort, you know, a space of comfort where you are understood and you're allowed to feel what you feel. But I feel like butterflies are coming through big time, and I feel something about purple flowers or lilacs are going to be a sign. And, you know, don't forget, like, hearing them, you think you hear them bark, or you think you hear their whimper, you think you hear their snore, or you do hear their snore, you know, you think you feel them when you're dozing off at night in bed or in the morning. And believe me, those are some of the strongest times to connect to our loved ones and pets on the other side, because as we're dozing off in that twilight state between kind of awake and kind of asleep, your subconscious is wide open and your ego is subdued. So you can feel these things that the ego would normally try to brush off very heavily. You could feel them very strongly. So believe me, they do visit you then. I feel like a lot of them are saying, Mom, Dad, I sit by you every night when you fall asleep. I'm at your side and I'm not going to leave. Something with a clock, I feel too, is this going to be a sign for somebody? I don't know what that means, but something to do with a clock. I hope that these messages have brought you some comfort and that some signs came through for you, or some of the signs you've heard will begin appearing to you. I feel as though there's a lot of very loving animals here that swarmed in to guide you with their energy to this video so that you could find comfort. And they're saying, I love you. I miss you too, but I'm at your side and we're going to be together again in the blink of an eye. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, please click the like button. Share it if it'll help someone else. It helps people to find it. If you can leave a comment, that helps other people find this too, even if you just leave a paw print or a heart or your pet's name. Put your pet's name down there that you're here for, and let's hold space for them together. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you lots of love on this difficult healing journey.